Hi, my name is Anu. I've been living in Singapore for about 10 years. Ari is my second child. Aiden is my first child, and I've engaged SEYOL for Ari's infant massage and bath, and also I've engaged them for mother's postpartum massage. Okay, so when my husband and I made the decision to have Ari in Singapore, we obviously don't live with our parents, so I didn't really have a support system in terms of my postpartum needs and my confinement needs. So I went on to Facebook and I asked in a number of groups that I'm part of as to if they have any recommendation for tried and trusted recommendations for uh, postpartum and confinement sort of services, and the most number of comments that were given was for Miss Jemma Francis and for SEYOL. Their page was tagged multiple times. So that's when I decided. I was around 7 months pregnant then. So that's when I decided I would book a trial session with Miss Jemma to see um, if we were a good match to each other. She came in and she was very, very pleasant, and she was very well informed and very encouraging, and more than anything, her skill and her hands when she massaged me were really good. I'm somebody who likes a little more pressure, and I was in a lot of pain during my pregnancy. So she spoke to me really well. She helped me reduce my pain, and that's when I decided that even for my postpartum care and for my baby's massage and bath, I would engage with her company, because I feel that postpartum, it being such a precious period, it is very important to engage with somebody who you trust, and who you trust with your little baby, because your baby is so fragile and new immediately after birth. So that's why I decided to engage with SEYOL. Okay, so I initially contacted them on their WhatsApp number that is listed on their website. The response was very quick, which I appreciated, because at that time in your pregnancy journey, you don't want to be kept anxious and you don't want to be kept waiting for any sort of response, right? So it was very quick, very pleasant, and all of the terms and conditions and the pricing and everything was transparent and laid down for me to review. As soon as I asked for it, no information was withheld. Yeah, so it was very, very quick. What I did was, when I booked the massage, the team will reach out to you and they will ask you, okay, when is your due date? What time? When would you like to start? And of course, they will have their inputs if you ask them as to when is the best time to start. I had a C-section birth, so I had to wait for my stitches to come off to actually start the postpartum massage. But for my baby, a couple of days after my baby came home from the hospital, we started off with his massage and his bath. Um, so during the process, it's very transparent. Again, it's very laid out. A to Z, all the information is provided. They also tell you what you need to prepare in your house for them to be able to massage or provide the services really well. So for example, for me, they let me know that, okay, you need a towel or a yoga mat and some coconut oil. And what I really liked is that they provided videos and photo references of what they expect, so that you know that, okay, this is what I should be prepared with. So again, it reduces a lot of anxiety. You're very well prepared. So on the day of, Miss Gemma or Miss Janet or whoever is engaged with you to provide the service would come in, explain to you what they would be doing during the course of the package, explain to you what they would be doing during the massage and also the bath. I was more, um, I wouldn't say concerned. I was more focused on the massage and bath sessions for my infant, of course, right? Because the baby is very fragile at that point. So they're very, very informative and supportive of you being there and explaining to you, okay, this is why I'm massaging the baby in such a fashion. This is the spot that you should be massaging the baby later on. Okay, the baby maybe is a little bloated. Maybe the baby enjoys this part of the massage, and even when bath time, they will also guide you on, okay, this is what you need to do when you're on your own. this is the temperature, this is what they would recommend. And one thing I really really like is they don't impose their techniques on you or their perspectives on you. They will recommend certain things, of course being the professionals that they are, and it is up to your discretion whether you want to take that advice or not. Yeah. So I booked two services after my initial trial. One is the mother's postpartum massage service. I took a 15 session package. And for my baby, I took infant massage and bath service. I took a 30-day package. Okay, so like I said, I engaged with SEYOL for both myself and my baby. So Miss Jemma started off with the massage and bath for the baby, while once I got better and my doctor cleared me to start receiving the postpartum massages after my surgery, Janet came to massage me. So I was of course surprised seeing Janet's young age, but then once she massaged me with her firm hands and her confidence, and her very pleasant disposition, I was very confident that I was in good hands. So as long as I was confident that I was in good hands, I was sure that she would be very gentle and nice to my child as well. So when Miss Gemma asked if I would be comfortable if Janet would be massaging the child and bathing the child, I was completely on board, because I had experienced myself how confident and how soothing her hands are and her massage techniques are. Yeah, and so then onwards, Janet took over both for my child and myself. She would come home, first massage the baby, bathe him, ensure he's comfortable and well rested, and then massage me. What I really like about Janet is she was very accommodating to my schedule. Of course, with a newborn, um, you never know what that day brings, right? You try to stick to a schedule, but sometimes maybe you are sick, or you're busy, or your baby is a little sick or busy, or you need to be out of the house, or in general life happens. So Janet was very accommodative to my schedule. If I would tell her, Janet, okay, please massage me first, she would happily oblige. She would then massage the baby. If I would say, okay, Janet, I don't want a massage today, please postpone mine to tomorrow, she would oblige. And one thing what I really like is everything is very hygienic, everything is very professional. So of course when you're doing a postpartum massage or any sort of massage for an adult, you use different set of oils and a different set of ingredients. So she would always ensure that her hands are washed. She would always ensure that she maintains a level of hygiene before handling my child, which I really really appreciate. So Janet started off massaging my child when he was maybe a week and 10 days old, and took over for the rest of the sessions. So during the course of her massages and baths, we realized that my child has a natural affinity to water. So she would take her time to give him longer baths. She would then recognize that what parts of his body he liked to get massaged. So for example, my child likes to get his legs massaged, so Janet will spend extra time on his legs, ensure that he's very well rested after. She would ensure that he needs what he needs on that day are satisfied from her end. So for example, if my child was bloated, then she would help do some leg exercises to relieve his bloating. So the benefits wise, right, for the massage and bath, she really helped me recognize what my child likes and should and doesn't like, for me to be able to continue with his routine. I've had a this is my second pregnancy and second birth. So in comparison to my first, this pregnancy and my postpartum experience has been tougher. I've had pelvic girdle pain. I've always dealt with chronic lower back pain, and my recovery postpartum also has been slower this time around. So when I laid it down to SEYOL and I told them, okay, this is the issues that I have, they were really able to help me um, reduce my pain, relax me more, focus on my pain areas, and also provide me inputs with what I can do on my own to reduce my pain. So there were days when I wouldn't have slept well the previous night, or I wouldn't have rested well, or I would have slept in a weird position to increase my pain. So on those days, Janet would focus on those areas, uh, give me different types of pressure on my pain areas to ensure that at the end of the massage and for the rest of the day, I feel very good and my pain is reduced, if not completely gone. Most of the days that she would massage me, after the massage, my pain would be completely gone. She went above and beyond to give me oils and give me tips on how I can manage my pain better. Okay, postpartum services wise, personally, I am someone who likes a little more pressure on certain areas of my body and a lot less pressure on certain areas of my body. So with Janet, I was very vocal in terms of what I wanted, and I discovered that I did not need to tell her more than once. Right? She would remember my pain area. She would remember my pressure level that I like. She would always ensure to ask me, okay, is this hurting today? Is this more or is this less? And because of her experienced hands, she was able to recognize the days when maybe my back, for example, needed extra attention even without me telling her, because I think her hands are so experienced that they recognize immediately when she's massaging as to where she needs to focus on that day. So that was really, really helpful. Also, Janet has a very, very pleasant and nice voice, so it's very, very soothing, I must add. Memorable moments and interactions with Janet. Of course, me and Janet gelled along really well. I think it's very important, especially when you're letting somebody into your house and letting somebody, you know, uh, look at you in a very intimate way, where you're on a massage table, so you're only clad in a towel. It's very important to trust that person. So she was very quickly able to build a rapport with me. She was very friendly, courteous, not just to me, to anyone that she saw in the house as well, including my helper, and I really appreciate that. Very memorable for me is how calm she was when she was massaging my child. Of course, with infants, you never know how their mood is going to be, right? Their communication is only through crying. So when my child was upset or bloated or in pain, she stayed really, really calm, and with her soothing voice and her experienced massage techniques, she ensured that my baby was very, very calm and well supported, and he was able to recognize her voice and her touch when she would massage. So there were a couple of days when he was very bloated and he was unhappy in general, but that never phased her. She's not somebody who will get scared of a crying baby. So um, my advice to say your clients or mothers who see Janet and say, oh, she's too young, she may be inexperienced, please leave that aside, because she has very, very experienced massage techniques, and more than anything, she has a very calm and pleasant disposition. She will speak to the baby very well. I think it's so important to speak to the child, even though the child is so young, maybe at the time of the massage, to speak to the baby really well, to stay calm when the baby is distressed, because as mothers we also get very, very stressed when our baby is stressed. But she was able to maintain her composure, she was able to complete the massage, she was able to alter the massages and bath as to what my baby needs. Some days even I couldn't recognize, okay, maybe there's too much gas, or maybe the baby hasn't pooped, that's why he's so uncomfortable, and Janet was able to tell me that. So for anyone who is engaging with Janet personally, I would highly, highly recommend her. And this is a completely personal and unbiased recommendation that I am providing, because I've trusted her with not just my body, postpartum body, but also with my child in the first month of his life. So feel free to go and engage with Janet. I think you will have a really good time. When you're postpartum, even if it isn't your first child, if it is your first child, even if you have the support system locally present, or if you don't have, it is so, so important to look after your body and your mind in the first initial days post birth, because it's not just the birth of a baby, it's the birth of the mother as well. right? So it is so important to trust the person who is providing the service to you, and it is so important to choose the right partners with you on this journey, because it may be a 7-day package or a 15-day package or a 30-day package, or it might just be one massage, but then you're still laying yourself there in your most vulnerable period. So it is so important to choose the right partners for you. And whoever I worked with in Seoul have a very pleasant disposition and a very calming disposition, which is what is very, very essential for new mothers, because they need stability, they need somebody to soothe them, somebody to ensure that they are taken care of and they are a priority. Um, so that being said, I think Seoul would definitely be the number one choice for me again if I were to go through this journey, and I highly recommend them, because you will not just get professional help, you will also feel um, a very homely, safe, secure environment when you engage with them for whatever service. Um, and especially for if you're engaging for your infant, it is so important to ensure that the infant is in safe, secure, stable hands, and you can't go wrong with Seoul. बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है कि जब हम बच्चे को जन्म दे, हमारे हमारे सपोर्ट के लिए हम एक ऐसे इंसान या ऐसे कंपनी को चूज करें जो बहुत स्टेबल है, जो बहुत रिलायबल है, क्योंकि उन दिनों में हमें पता नहीं चलता है कि आज का दिन कैसे होने वाला है, हम क्या खाने वाले हैं, हमारा बच्चा कैसा होगा उस दिन, हमारा दूध निकल रहा है कि नहीं, हम ब्रेस्ट फीड कर पा रहे हैं कि नहीं। तो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि हम ऐसे कंपनी को चूज करें जो हमारे साथ वो जर्नी में चले। तो इसीलिए मैं डेफिनेटली सेयोल को रेकमेंड करूंगी, क्योंकि जब आप इनसे मिलोगे तो आपको पता चलेगा कि um, वो बहुत पर्सनली इन्वेस्टेड है आपके जर्नी में, वो बहुत अश्योरेंस देते हैं आपको। तो आप बिल्कुल आपका गलत चॉइस नहीं होगा अगर आप सेयोल चूज करते हो फॉर एनी मसाज और सर्विस. குழந்தை பிறந்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் அண்ட் அந்த போஸ்ட்மார்ட்டம் ஜேர்னில வந்து ஒன் ஆஃப் த மோஸ்ட் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் திங்ஸ் என்னன்னா, um, ஒரு ரிலையபிள் பார்ட்னர் உங்களோட அந்த ஜேர்னில இருக்கணும். உங்களுக்கு வீட்ல சப்போர்ட் இருந்தது, அம்மா இருக்காங்க, அத்தை இருக்காங்க, உங்க ஹஸ்பண்ட் இருக்காரு, அதெல்லாம் விட்டுட்டு ஒரு ப்ரொஃபஷனல் ஹெல்ப் வந்து நம்மளுக்கு தேவை. ஏன்னா அந்த டேஸ்ல வந்து நம்மளோட உடம்பே அவ்வளோ ஸ்ட்ராங்கா இருக்காது. சம்டைம்ஸ் நம்மளுக்கு வந்து மென்டலி அவ்வளோ ஸ்ட்ராங்கா நாங்க இருக்க மாட்டோம். ஸோ அப்போ வந்து ஒரு அம்மாவா, ஒரு மதரா என்ன கேர் நம்மளுக்கு வேணுமோ, நம்மளுக்கு கொஞ்சம் ப்ரொஃபஷனல் ஹெல்ப் டெஃபினட்டா வேணும். அண்ட் த ரைட் ஹெல்ப், கரெக்டான பார்ட்னரை வந்து நம்ம வந்து கண்டிப்பா சூஸ் பண்ணணும். ஏன்னா அந்த வந்து ஒரு ரொம்ப ஃப்ரெஜைல் பீரியட். ஸோ நான் வந்து ட்ரைட் அண்ட் ட்ரஸ்டட் ரெக்கமெண்டேஷன் வந்து சேயோலுக்கு கொடுப்பேன். ஏன்னா ஜானெட், மிஸ் ஜெமா ரெண்டு பேரும் ரொம்ப அழகா வந்து எல்லாமே எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணி, ரொம்ப அழகா வந்து மசாஜ், பாத் சர்வீஸ் எல்லாம் ரொம்ப ப்ரொஃபஷ்னலி, ரொம்ப ஹைஜீன் மெயின்டைன் பண்ணி they will help you on your journey. So definitely I recommend Seoul. So when I was pregnant, this is again my second child. So one of the main concerns that my family, the mothers in the family had, was how am I going to go through the confinement period? Because us Indians, we have a very traditional confinement that happens after our childbirth. There's a very traditional postpartum journey that happens for the mother. There's a very traditional postpartum newborn journey that happens for the infant in terms of massage and bath. And in Singapore, being in Southeast Asia, I think the confinement services or postpartum services are plenty, but not Indian traditional way. So um, that is when it's a little anxiety causing, it's a little worrying when you can't find somebody who you know will provide good quality service for your postpartum and for your infant's newborn journey in the Indian traditional way that our mothers have seen and have taught us. um, In such cases, definitely SEYOL is like a godsend. It's like a blessing, because everything that they do is a very traditional Indian way, and I can vouch for that, because both the mothers in the family, my mother-in-law and my mother, have also been there throughout my journey with SEYOL, and they can attest to the fact that it's very traditional, it's very holistic, and it's very comforting. So here in Singapore, it is very very comforting to know that SEOL is there, because they're very very professional. It's a very professionally run company, but at the same time they will make you feel at home with carrying forward the traditions that our mothers have come up with. So it's very confidence inducing. And another thing that definitely like to point out is they're very very punctual. Be it Miss Gemma, be it Miss Janet, they're very very punctual. In fact, every time, every day, even if there's a preset time for the package, every single day in the evening I would get a message from Janet that says, hi, I will be there between so and so time. So let's say if we had pre-decided that my massage will happen at 12:30, she will always the previous day tell me I'll be there between 12:15 and 12:30, and not a single day has gone by where they've been late for the services that they provide, or there's not been a single day where they have not turned up at the time that they've mentioned. I think that is very very it's a very very good thing in terms of what to expect during that day, because again, with a newborn, with having different schedules, with cluster feeding, with ensuring that you're eating and everything, it's so nice that somebody is being punctual and maintaining timings, because okay, at this set time this is going to happen. At least there is one aspect of the day that is very very standard and set. um, Apart from being punctual, they're also very very flexible. They work very well with you. If you're having a tough day, if you need to go to the doctor, they will definitely be very accommodative. So these are the two aspects about Seoul that are definitely one of their USPs. So please go ahead and engage with them. You will not regret it. Thank you.